This is Modern Refugee. It's kind of crappy outside today, so I'm going to make a batch of cheese for lunch. It's kind of basic. A lot of people think that it's difficult to make cheese. It really isn't. All you need is a gallon of milk, a little bit of lemon juice, some non-iodized salt. I got kosher salt here. You need a little cheesecloth. You need something to strain it with. You need a thermometer of some variety. And then you need these guys right here. These are rennet tablets. And I actually keep a few of these around. I keep these in my freezer. You can buy them in little packs like this. You only need between a quarter and a half a tablet of rennet per gallon of milk. So this is actually, will make quite a bit of cheese here. A gallon of milk will typically make about a pound of cheese, give or take a little bit. And that's basically it. It's kind of a simple process, doesn't take very long. All you need is a pot big enough to hold your gallon of milk, and then of course, like I said, you need a strainer, and then you're going to need another pot to heat it up afterward to kind of knead the whey out. Anyway, I'm going to start this project here. I'm going to stop a couple times along the way and show you what it looks like in the middle of the process. Just stick with me here. First step is you dump your milk in a pot big enough that'll hold at least a gallon. I got just a little bit over a gallon of milk in here because I had just a small amount of milk that I wanted to use up. So I probably got about a gallon and a quart in here. And what you want to do is you want to add some acid to that. You can use citric acid. That's kind of what most professional cheesemakers use, but I just use lemon juice. This lemon juice right here is just regular bottled lemon juice. I got about I'd say 2/3 to 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice in there, and all you're going to do is you're just going to add this into your milk. That's going to bring the acid up in it. Now we're going to start adding some heat to this, and I'll show you the other steps. Well, the milk and lemon juice is starting to warm up. I threw my rennet into my cup here. I actually used a half a tablet this time because I got a little bit over a gallon of milk in here. I want to make sure that I got enough. So I threw that in here and I crushed that up. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this, probably about a good quarter cup. And then I'm going to add this into my milk when it hits about 90 degrees temperature. Well, there we are at 90 degrees. Took it off the heat, and now I'm going to stir my rennet liquid into it. All I did was dissolve that half tablet into a little bit of water. And we're just going to pour that in. And now we're going to stir that really, really good so that gets incorporated into that. And then all we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for a little while until it forms up. And when it forms up, then we're going to cut the curds. So anyway, I'm going to let this sit a little bit. When I got this formed up, I'm going to come back and talk to you. And here's the milk after it's set, probably about 20 minutes here. And I'm going to kind of show you here. I'm going to give this a little jiggle. You can see how that's kind of set up. That's exactly what you want it to look like now. You're going to take a knife. And we're going to cut this. Just like so. Kind of in a crisscross pattern here. And that's going to help this when we reheat it. Help this form into the curds that we need to make our cheese. Now, that's done. We're going to slide this back onto the stove, and we're going to bring this back up to temperature. And here we are heating up our mixture. And this is going to cause the curds to kind of form up. And that's exactly what we want it to do. This is going to just kind of keep forming up and separating from the whey. When we get this just a little bit further and we get it up to the right temperature, then I'm going to put it through the strainer. And there we are. We're at about 110 degrees. And that's kind of what we need it to be at. And then this is kind of what the product looks like. Kind of a cottage cheese type shapes of cheese in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain this whey off. Now you can normally keep this whey. I'm not going to keep it today, but you can keep this whey. It makes really good bread. So if you want to save this, you could actually save this and use it for another purpose. But today I'm not going to do that. I got some other stuff I got to do, so I can't bake bread today. But anyway, I'm going to strain this. When I got this strained, I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like. And this is the strained curds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap that cheesecloth up and around it, and I'm going to twist that tight to get as much whey out as I possibly can, and then we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, my water is at about 190 degrees now. Now I'm going to take my cheese curds here out of my cloth, and I am going to set this cloth to the side, and I'm going to just kind of break this up. I'm going to add this into the hot water. And all this is about 8 cups of water, and I got about a good tablespoon of salt into. What we want to do is we want these curds to heat up so I can knead some salt into them to give them a little flavor. So now we're going to let those warm up for a little bit, give them a little stir. Probably about 4 or 5 minutes till these come up to temperature that I want them to, and then we're going to take these balls out of here and we're going to put them in the other bowl, and then we're going to knead them and add the salt into them. I'm going to start working my cheese here, kind of kneading the liquid out. Pouring the liquid out. Now I'm going to add my salt into it. Kind of press that in. I'm using a spoon right here. I'm going to check it in a second, see if it's cool enough that I can handle it with my hands. And then you're just going to work it in. Still a little warm on the hands. So you're going to get that work back in. See, it's starting to string up a little bit. It's kind of what you want it to do. Okay, now we're going to add it back into the water, and we're going to do this one more time. Well, here it is after the second knead. I kneaded the rest of my salt into it, dumped it back into the cheesecloth, and drained as much whey out as I possibly could. Then I divided it in half, wrapped it in plastic wrap for it to cool. And I'm going to set this in the refrigerator. You could set this outside too if it was really cold out, to let it chill through. And then it'll be good. You can slice it and you can eat it. I kind of like it with apple butter myself, but you can slice this stuff up and put it on sandwiches. If it's summertime, you can have it with tomatoes, kind of make like a caprese salad to go with it. Drizzle it with a little olive oil, a little cracked black pepper. It's real good with that too. The texture is a little bit grainy. The taste is kind of like a cross, I guess, between mozzarella and ricotta is what the taste is. But it's, like I said, it's real simple to make, like I just showed you on here. When I get this out after it cools and I slice it up, I'm going to kind of show you what the slice texture of this looks like. But I'm going to let this cool for a little bit, probably at least an hour. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the final sliced product. And there's my cheese from this morning that I made, mixed with some small tomatoes and a little olive oil, a little cracked black pepper, and that's going to be my lunch. But I just kind of wanted to show what that cheese could be used with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I want to say thank you to my subscribers and all my new subscribers. Hope you guys are learning a little bit something from my videos. I sure do enjoy making them. This is Modern Refugee. You guys have a good day.